Having come off of a 1-1 draw away to Yate Town, Gosport will be looking to build on the momentum of 2 games unbeaten to use that against a strong Wimborne side. This is how the 2 teams look. Just the 1 change made from Saturday's draw, in which Charlie Gunson comes in for Rafael Ramos. Finwell Smith also makes his return back to the squad tonight on the bench. And this is how Wimborne line up. Gosport picking up possession on the halfway line. Dan Wooden flicks it through into Trevor Caborn. Caborn 30 yards out, goes for a shot. It's parried away by Plain. A decent stop, but Gosport's first real opportunity of the game. Krasnicki picking up possession. He's going to stride forward here against the orange shirts. Fakes one man, going for a shot, but it's straight down the throat of Plain. It looked like he just slipped outside the 18-yard box. Ball floated over the Wimborne back line. It's going to fall to Charlie Gunson, but Gunson offside. However, the number 10 still finishes off his opportunity, but the goal is going to be chalked off. Corner to be taken on the near side. It's swung in. It's going to reach Dan Wooden, and Dan Wooden's header glanced onto the crossbar. The woodwork denying Gosport and Dan Wooden by the looks of it. It's headed backwards. Trevor Caborn, he's going to run onto it in acres of space down this right-hand channel. He's got Rafa to the left of him. Trevor goes alone, goes outside of his man, delivers the cross. It's going to find Rafa Ramos, and Rafa Ramos finishes off the opportunity, and Gosport take the lead at the AI Stadium. What an impact from the Portuguese striker. Only been on the pitch for a matter of minutes, and he's already found the opener.
Good evening, Danny. Congratulations, 1-0 win at home. What's your take on tonight?
It was a well-fought 3 points. We knew they'd be a tough test. We know the way they play. They be under a lot of pressure. They're direct, so you have to make sure first and second contacts, you're on top of them. And then it was all about, do we have the bravery to try and play through their thirds? Because again, they're a high-pressing team and they get after. So all in all, it was a tough game, but as I say, nice to get the 3 points. Probably something we haven't had enough of this season.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite tight. Got into half-time. What was said to the players?
I think it was more of the same, really. I think we had a few decent chances without really testing the goalkeeper. I thought defensively we were really good throughout the game, but especially at half-time, they didn't seem to cause us too many problems. Only from set pieces and probably getting the ball wide and trying to deliver. That was what we knew they'd be about. When you got Fletch up top, he's a good presence. So again, we had to make sure that we were on top of that, which I felt we was. And then, like I said, it's just more of the same because we're only half a job done. And probably, don't want to speak out of turn, but throughout the season already, we probably shot ourselves in the foot when we shouldn't have. But like I say, it's just nice to get the 3 points on the board. Yeah,
and that's now 3 unbeaten.
Yeah, I think it's. I touched on that in my programme notes. I sort of said, you can look at it 2 ways. Has it been a start to the season we wanted? No. Did we know it was going to be tough? Yes, because of the fixtures and other circumstances around what's what. But it is what it is. And now we're, like you've mentioned, 3 unbeaten. We're in a good place. We've got a tough FA Cup fixture on Saturday, and we got a chance to make it 4 unbeaten. I think when you're looking at things like that, it's a real positive light to look at it.
Yeah, and what can we expect on Saturday in the FA Cup?
The FA Cup's the FA Cup, isn't it? As I say, it's we obviously beat Basingstoke in the last round, which was quite an entertaining game for the neutrals. I felt that we deserved to win that, which was nice. But Pat and Joe return, which obviously adds a bit of flavour to it, for whatever reason. But for me, like I say, it's nice to have them back here. I think they've done a great job for the club. But it's going to be an FA Cup tie that we certainly want to win. Like you said, we're 3 unbeaten. We want to try and make that 4, and there's no better cup to be in coming into the season and latter stages in terms of when you get semi-professional teams in it than the FA Cup. So it's a big one for us and one that we want to give a good account of ourselves and try and have a positive performance and result.